Hi everyone, welcome to the Shobitam Trunk Show, the Jan 18th edit. As you can see, we have something very special coming up today. Look at the beautiful lineup of pearl and pure gemstone collection here. So let's just give it a minute more and then we'll get started. Hi everyone, this is Aparna and I'm really excited because we have a beautiful collection today. It's your combination of your timeless pieces and then your very contemporary ones. Another 30 seconds. Hope you all had a lovely Makar Sankranti and are liking the longer days. All right, let's finally get started. We have something very special today. Check this out. Nature's treasures, pure pearls. You know, pearls are that uh, gemstone from nature that adds that subtle beauty. It's all about elegance without getting too loud. And we have a very beautiful collection. You've loved our recent pearl jewelry collection that we've just listed in the last month. And also our gemstone collection. And you've asked for more, which is why we brought some very unique jewelry. And here it is. So let's get started without further ado. A very warm welcome. This is the Shobitam Trunk Show. We're going to feature pearls in the first half of today's trunk show. And then the second half, we're going to have our favorite saris, our classics, and then we have a fresh batch of our silk cottons and kanjivaram. The first half of today's trunk show will have our featured collection, which is the pearls and gemstone jewelry. And then the second half is going to have our saris. We have a fresh batch of silk cottons, kanjivaram, and more. So now, finally, let's get on to this beautiful collection. Let's start with this very pretty piece. Look at this. These are all pure pearls that you see, and I'll come to how to identify pure pearls in a little bit, but let's take a moment to appreciate this beautiful piece. It has three layers. The top layer is a white, the second is like a champagne color, and the last one is a slightly darker rose color, and it looks very charming. Let me show this. So they all come with this clasp, and this is how this beautiful piece would show up. Here, this is how this piece would show up. It's about this length, and each layer adds its own color. It adds its own beauty, and this is something. Pearls are something that are very universal. So you can pair it with your ethnic outfits. You can pair it with your Western outfits, and they go, for women of all ages. So here is the very first piece. The prices, more pictures, details, all of that are actually posted on this very special page called shobitam.com/live. So that's where our entire collection of our products that got released today, that includes the products that I'm actually showcasing, are all there. So you'll find every product link posted on Facebook and the code on Instagram. So all you have to do is take the code, post it on the shobitam.com page, and you'll get all the details. So here is the very first product. It has the beauty of all three colors in one. Let's see what the next one is. The next one is actually a very interesting piece. Look at this. And it's a very versatile piece. You can style it in so many different ways. Check this out. So this is actually pure pearls. And then you have, these are rose quartz. These are rose quartz. Remember, quartz is what they use in your watch, right? It has a certain frequency. And look at these pearls. They are so irregular. Look at the shine in them. So there is this light champagne color. There is this gray color. Look at the irregular shapes. The larger ones and the rose quartz adds texture and geometry to it. And this piece comes knotted here like this, and it looks very charming, very novel when you wear it. So here is your next very, very pretty piece, very contemporary. At the same time, it has this classic element of your pearls and rose quartz in one. So here is your next piece. Moving on, this third piece is equally interesting. Look at this. It's a three-layer necklace. This is your white pearls, and then you have these flat pearls here. The coin-shaped flat pearls here. These are like a bronze color, and this is your white color. And again, it adds dimension, two colors, two different shapes, two different textures, sizes. Look at this. So here is your next very, very charming necklace. I thought this was a standout piece. It's very hard to find pure pearls in these sizes. If you look very closely, you'll notice slight irregularities that show that these are absolutely natural. And this one is like a choker, it wraps perfectly around your neck. And the size, these are really, really chunky, very solid pieces. Now, one way to identify a pure pearl against a fake one is, if you bounce a pure pearl, if you drop a pure pearl, it'll actually bounce because of the weight of the pure pearl. But if you do it with a fake synthetic one, it will not do so. And again, pearls, they are very cold initially, but when you wear them, they become the same temperature as your body. So they absorb your body temperature and become exactly the same. So that's another way you can actually identify pure pearls. And here is a very standout pure pearls necklace with very large stones, and they are graded. So the stone on top is slightly smaller and then they get larger towards the center. So here it is. It's a very interesting piece. Um, and it would look like this. Look at how chunky, statement like it is. It is something that you can wear with your ethnic wear, with your shirt. It'll look amazing. So here is your next piece. And like I said, it's very hard and rare to find pieces of this size, and it's a prized possession. So here is your next very, very pretty piece. Love colors. Here is a very interesting one. It's like your bronze color, your yellowish bronze color. It's a two-layer one, and the stones are, the pearls are actually drop shaped. So it's not your circular pearl, it's your drop shaped pearl. Look at this, and look at the colors. Some are light, some are dark. That adds to the beauty of it. And look at how pretty this looks against your skin. And very charming two-strand necklace in a very pretty standout color. Now all of these are pure pearls, and with very, very unique designs. Check this out. Now I'm going to show you some gemstones. Now this is your pure emerald necklace. Look at how fascinating it is, very unique design. It sort of reminds of your tribal designs with a very, very contemporary touch to it. It's got two strands, the smaller emeralds on top, the more chunky ones hanging below, and very standout piece. It would look very nice with a contrasting uh, attire, maybe like a sunset yellow, a mustard, a white. And look at this. This is how it looks against the skin. Very, very standout, like I said. And then emeralds are very popular these days. The pricing varies on the purity of these stones, the size of these stones. Here, take a look. And here is your next very, very standout pure emeralds two-strand necklace. We have more interesting pieces. So every piece that's curated today is, something that is made, chosen with you to stand out. These are colored CZ stones. Look at this. Look at the shine in these crystals. There are 5 strands, and look at the light and the dark. And these are dyed crystals, CZ crystals. And here, take a look. So here is how this very pretty necklace looks like. Look at how nicely it shines. Two very interesting pieces coming up this time. The choker. This can also be worn as a necklace. Look at this drop shaped pure emeralds necklace, and larger drop stones in the center. So it's graded. And then this goes like this. This goes like this. Take a look here. It looks very nice against the skin. Look at this. And this is pure emeralds. Pure emeralds. Like I said, it can be worn as a choker. It can also be worn as a necklace because you have this dory. So here, take a look. So here is your very pretty pure emerald necklace. Now the next one is equally interesting. It's a pure amethyst 2-strand faceted stone. So these are faceted. Look at the cuts on all directions. Some are light, some are dark. That adds to the natural beauty of it. And here is how this looks against your skin. So here is your next very charming 2-strand amethyst. So here it is, your 2-strand amethyst necklace. All right. Now these again are CZ stones, your cubic zirconia, and these are dyed to give this very charming magenta shade. Look at this. These are semi-precious stones, and look at the 5 strands layered nicely, and then you can wear it high around your neck or a little lower. You can style them because you have this adjustable dory to it, and a very novel color uh, that look very nice with your contrasting shades. I think it look very nice with my blue too. Look at this. And here it is. Like I said, these are CZ stones, and the weight, the stone shape, and everything has come out really nicely together. So here, this is how it looks against the skin, and this is how it looks against a dark color attire. So here is your next very charming neck piece. This one is a pure citrine necklace. Citrine is your natural stone. That's like a dull yellow color, yellowish green color. Look at this. And this one is again faceted. So you have these cuts on the side that reflect light from all directions. And look at this very pretty necklace. This is how it looks against a dark attire, and this is how it looks against the skin. Very pretty, neutral, understated, natural gemstone. So here is your next piece. Another fascinating row of beautiful jewelry. Uh, I absolutely love this. Absolutely, absolutely love this. Who doesn't like coral? And then coral has all those nice properties also. So this is a pure coral necklace. Look at the rich design. It looks just like your reef, right? Like your coral reef. And look at this. Very, very pretty. Looks very modern. And I love the color. the beautiful coral color, the coral orange shade. And this is how this beautiful piece looks like. It sits very nicely. Again, the larger pieces are in the front and the smaller around the sides. And this is how this piece looks. And here, this is how it looks against the skin. So very, very pretty, standout, unique design with your classic coral. Coral is something that women in the north, women in the south, all of us love coral. So here is your next very charming piece. Okay. Now we have a pure ruby necklace. This is a three-strand faceted necklace. Look at the color of the ruby. It's like your deep color, like your earthly deep color. Look at the facets. They reflect light so beautifully. And three strands. And like I said, the price of these pieces really depends on the purity of them, the how rare they are, and so many other factors. Look at this. Here, here is your next very charming three-strand ruby necklace. Okay, along the same lines, you love your Navratna, the nine gemstones. Here is one that has four. So this is your yellow sapphire, your pure yellow sapphire. This is your blue sapphire. This is your emeralds, and this is your rubies. So four different natural gemstones in this five-strand necklace. And this is how this one looks like. This is how this looks against your skin. If you're planning to wear something deep, so this is how this would look like. And very beautiful, colorful necklace that would go with a lot of different attires. So here is your next very, very pretty standout piece. Two more in this collection before we move on to our next category. Black pearls. Who doesn't like black? Uh, and check this out. It's black and then it's got green, it's got a little bit of purple, two-strand necklace. And the weight of these pearls tells you that they are pure pearls. Like I said, when you drop a pure pearl, it bounces back. It is really cold right now, but if I wear it, it'll become your body temperature in a bit. And here is a very charming black two-layer necklace. This is also pure pearls that I'm wearing. And look at how black looks. Very charming. And here is your next piece. A very, very warm welcome to everyone who's joining in. Our collection of our trunk show products being displayed today, which includes these pearl beauties and our saris. All of it is on the special page called shobitam.com/live. And then there is a special code that you can use to avail a discount. And the code for today is PEARL, PEARL. So here is your next very stunning piece. All right. I love Baroque pearls. They add that special character. So here is a Baroque pearl, your irregular shaped, large, chunky pieces. And then there are other stones in between. And really adds that little highlight, a little bit of color. But look at the size, look at the pattern, look at the shape of it. Looks very interesting. And let's see how this one looks on the neck. So here is how this one would look. Interesting, right? Very normal. So here is your next very pretty pure pearls Baroque design with your other gemstones in between for that color highlight. Okay, so we're going to move on to our next section that's right here. All right, so we are ready for our next section. Check this out. We have some very interesting, very beautifully curated pieces. And alongside these pure pearls and pure gemstones jewelry, we are also going to showcase some very unique silver fusion pieces, just like what I'm wearing. This has your gold tone units, this has your Pachi Kundan and pearls, little gungroos. It has so many elements coming in together very, very aesthetically. Check this earring out. But let's look at the pearls first. Here is the first piece today in this section, and it's a really, really long mala. Look at this. And it gives you versatility. You can style it in 2 layers, you can style it in 3 layers, 4 layers, multiple layers as a choker. A very unique piece, and so many beautiful colors, sizes, shapes coming together, from your light to your light green to your black, and all very, very aesthetic. Check this out. So a very pretty piece, and then the link is being posted, the code is also being posted. These are all pure natural pearls, and I don't have to tell, these have been attested by women for centuries, so you cannot go wrong with these pieces. So here is your next standout pearls necklace. Let's check this one. There are two pieces here. I love irregular designs because they add some geometric charm, they add statement. So here is one very interesting piece. Look at these drop shape design. Look at the pearl, the shine of the pearl, and the unique ivory color, the pearly color, the pearl color that you say. So here is your next very pretty piece. It comes with this clasp. And then let's take a look at this. I love this one. I really love this one. The color of this, it's like a light champagne color. And then it's graded from the smallest beads to the larger ones in between, 2 rows for added charm. And this is how it sits against your skin. And it would go very well with any outfit, be it your ethnic or your Western. So here is your next very charming 2-layer necklace. All right, let's see what's next. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at the shape of this, the color of this, and how beautifully the stones, the pearls sit together. And here it's like a choker, it's a shorter one, so it goes like this. This is how it would sit against your skin. Look at this. I love the color, and the shape adds a unique character. So every piece that's being showcased today shows you the full variety of the collection. Whatever your preference is, whether you like your classic timeless ones or your bold pieces or something in between, we have something for you. So here is your next very pretty piece. All right. Check this out. Look at this. So a beautiful pearl-shaped chunky stones. These are your Baroque pearls, and they have this beautiful traditional element to it. So small units here with stones, and look at these dangling units. So adds that desi drama to your necklace. And one is higher, one is lower, so adds that asymmetric charm. So here is your next necklace. Okay, looking for everyday pieces, light pieces. This would be very nice workwear jewelry. And then I'm going to show you a few more pieces that you can wear every day. Just a dull evening, you can brighten them up. I love this. Very simple, yet, very impactful. So look at this beautiful design. It's like your grape design, dangling pure pearls. And here is a chain. So it's basically a pendant sitting on a chain. And this is how it looks. This again is a combination of your pure pearls and then your quartz stones. Am I right? Quartz stones. These are your quartz stones. And then 2 layers. I like the magenta color. It adds that little bit of bold charm to it. And there is gray here. There's off-white. So here it is. And like I said, the link is being posted. You can see more details there. And different sizes, different patterns, all coming together very, very nicely. Along the same lines, we have this. The one that you saw previously had magenta highlights. This one has brown highlights. So these are basically your pearls with semi-precious stones. Look at the faceted stones here. So there's one row here and then two rows here for added charm. So here is your next very, very pretty necklace. And then here is something very interesting. It's an asymmetric design. And again, very versatile. You can wear it as a single layer. You can wear it as two layers. There is this chunky stone here. There are all kinds of stones here. So you have your ruby, you have your yellow topaz, you have your blue sapphire, you have your emeralds. So all coming together very, very nicely. Each one with its own vibration. And look at this. Very charming, very novel piece. And the display had it with two layers. You can wear it as a two layer, you can wear it as a single layer. Look equally charming both ways. So here is your next very charming multicolored multi-stoned necklace. This one is a pearl and sapphire two-layer necklace. Check this out here. So very simple yet very impactful. So your moti, your classic pearl, and then these are your blue sapphire stones. And this is how this one looks. All right, moving on. We have so many pieces lined up here waiting to be shown. This one is your Rudraksha design. It's not your real Rudraksha, it's shaped like a Rudraksha. These are your coral stones. The one in the center are your coral stones. And then these are your rubies. Check this out. And it mimics the Rudraksha so nicely, all in gemstones. And these are your pure pearls, single layer. And then there are beautiful stones in between the pearls too. So here, that brings out every pearl individually. So here is your very interesting piece here. And I like the size of the pearls in this one. This is your timeless classic, your the piece that never goes out of style. Your very simple and elegant graded stones, graded pearls from your smaller to the larger ones in between, two layer, and this is your bright white color pearls. So here is your next piece. Okay, let's check this one out. These are corals and pearls coming together. So, natural beauty from the ocean, your long corals, and then your pearls alternating. And then these have three strands here. Look at how orange and white looks. And check this out. I thought this was very interesting. This is your ruby. And I really love the color of the ruby. I love the shape of the ruby. Look at this. So your long ruby stones, and between them you have these small metallic beads, and this is how this one looks. So two very pretty layers of rubies. All right, so two more pieces here, and then we're going to move on to our lightweight jewelry and silver. Another ruby, this time it's got carving done. So there's little carved stones. Each one of these have little carvings on them for that texture, for that dimension. And this is a beautiful ruby pink color, the ruby pink that it is meant to be. And check this out. And they are all oval, nice oval stones and all natural. Here is your next piece. Another piece in ruby. Check this out. And this is truly a statement piece, very bold. Look at this. They are translucent rubies. Look glass-like. These are your amethyst. The pink is your ruby. And then look at the three strands. And this is how they look. So very standout, very novel necklace. All right, so we're going to move on to some everyday pieces. I have always loved pearls. When I was in college, there was an artificial piece of earrings, with just one little pearl dangling and then one pearl stud. I loved it so much that when the color faded, I would go back to the same store, replenish it. I still have, so many small pearl earrings with me. And I thought this one looked very interesting. Look at the floral design in pearl, and then three beautiful pearls hanging like grapes. And, it's very lightweight. It doesn't add too much weight. And then it's all natural. So it looks very beautiful. And here is your beautiful pearl everyday wear earring. And I'm going to take one of these for sure. Here is a next very interesting chain. Look at this. It's like your invisible design with just your pearls, your motis standing out. So a gold design. This is brass. The base metal is brass, and these are pure pearls, maybe about an inch and a half apart. And then just the motis really stand out, do the talking. Again, a piece that would go every day, a casual evening to work wear, and a very interesting piece. The one that I showed you had a brass base. This is your stainless steel base. Check this out. And this is white, that was gold tone. And again, motis and small metallic beads in between. And look at this. Very interesting design. If you're looking for something even more simple, we have it. So just a simple stainless steel chain, and then just one moti with a hole that actually goes around it. Look at this. So very unique, very beautiful, very simple design. Simple yet standout design. And these are the earrings that I was wearing earlier in the show. Look at this. So it's got small stones, white stones, and it has this moti in between. All right, so we're going to move to this very interesting collection, the one that I'm wearing, which is your fusion design. It's your really chunky handmade silver jewelry. So this is your beautiful necklace, your har. Look at the bold pendant. It's got that statement look. It does all the talking. So no matter what the event is, your jewelry is going to make that statement, make that impression. And look at so many details here. There are so many details. There's actually a Lord Balaji here. And look at so many unique asymmetric designs that have come together, the different color stones coming here. Look at these beads. So much going on together, and yet they come together very aesthetically. And look at this beautiful kada. Look at this. So there's motis, there is kundan, there is the silver ghungroos that are hanging below, and a very interesting piece. So on this note, I'm going to show you a few pieces. Very excited to show them. Look at these earrings. You cannot go wrong with these. These are your oxidized silver, which are a very hot trend. And look at the two more designs on the side. And look at the jarao, green, pink, and white moti. Very pretty design. Look at this. This is the back side. And very charming. And this piece is actually not as heavy as it looks. So, you can wear it a full day without hurting your ear. I love this Lakshmi choker. Look at this. This is your temple design Lakshmi choker. This is the back side. Look at the oxidized look. These are pure rubies that are dangling below along with your pure pearls. And then all this here are semi-precious stones. And look at this. Very interesting piece and absolutely standard. Husly, because who doesn't like husly? So here is a very pretty husly. Just a thin wire design on the top. And look at this very pretty tribal-like design for the bold charm here. And it's a dual tone. So you see the gold, you see the oxidized silver, and then the Pachi Kundan, the parrot design, the peacock design in the bottom. So very pretty design. Check this necklace out. Again, it's pure silver. Look at this, completely handcrafted. Very beautiful design. Reminds you of a time that's gone by, a royal time that's gone by, but with a very novel interpretation. And look at this one that's fused on the stone. Beautiful danglings, and this is the chain. I love this choker, which this pitchwise design. So it has this Nandi design here. Look at the central pendant. Look at these crystals on the sides. And look at the play of colors all coming together very nicely. So here is your Nandi. Here is your beautiful central pendant. And all of this is 92.5 silver. A few more interesting pieces. Look at this. Very standout piece. Something that would go with your Indian attire, something that would go with your Western, and how beautifully it's spread out without making it too loud. So here it's your next very charming, well thought out design in pure silver, oxidized look. Butterflies design. When I was around 6 years old, my dad got me a butterfly pendant, something that looked very similar. And I thought this looked very nice with these gold tone danglers, the motis, the red jadao stones, and then the two rows of silver strands on the sides. So here it is. Looks very interesting, very novel. It has that traditional desi touch to it, but comes with a modern interpretation. So very, very pretty butterfly, pure silver necklace. I thought this also looked very nice. This is your tribal design, and this is the back side. This is the front side. It's very lightweight. It looks heavy, but it's actually pretty light. These are silver balls. And then look at these units that are actually on this braided rope. So very beautiful, bold, and beautiful design. So here it is. You know, these are pieces, these are designs that are actually making a very strong comeback. People love to, bring back those traditional elements, but with a modern touch. Check this out. I thought it was very, very, very pretty. Look at all the beautiful colors coming together and nice stones that are dangling below. Look at the beautiful central pendant, small units on the side, and a very nicely thought out design. All right. So the last piece today in our silver collection is this one. Again, this piece looks very heavy, but it feels unbelievably light. And this is a beautiful silver dual tone, gold on top, silver, oxidized silver here. Look at this chunky green stone. Look at the jadao work on it. And look closely. Look at the birds here. And everything's come out very, very, very nicely. So a very warm welcome again to everyone who's joining in. We have a very special trunk show where we have showcased some very interesting pieces in pure pearls, in pure gemstones, all with a perfect amalgamation of your tradition and contemporary aesthetics. And the code for today is pearl. Hang on, we're going to move on to our saris next. All right, so here we are at the part two of our special trunk show today. You saw beautiful pearls and gemstone jewelry in our first part, and here we are with beautiful, beautiful saris. Our featured collection today is our silk cottons, our Kanchi silk cottons, and we have a fresh new batch, very, very pretty designs. And we also have a new collection of Kanjivarams, all new designs, designs that we've not showcased before. And then we also have some Mal cottons and some Modal silks, which are very, very, very popular, and a fresh new batch of our Banarsis, which is also very new. We've not showcased this collection before. So they're very, very new designs. So I'm very, very excited. So let's get to it right away. I'm going to give you a sneak peek of the silk cottons and the Kanjivarams. Now, this is the silk sari, Kanjivaram silk sari collection that I'm talking about. Take a look at this. All pure silk, 100% handloom, and fresh new designs. Very, very exciting collection. They have the best of your traditional and the best of contemporary in one. And now let's move on to our sneak peek of the silk cottons, the Kanchi silk cottons. These are handloom saris as well. Look at this. Fresh, new, bright and beautiful colors, all handmade with love. So let's get to this very beautiful collection now. I'm opening up with this new collection. It's a collection, it's a design that we've not showcased before, which is your Kanchi silk cotton handloom sari with your Paitani design. Look at this. Look at this border with your triple munia. And this particular one is a deep purple, equal width border on both sides, and a very charming sari. A little bit about the Kanchi silk cottons. These are 100% handloom. They are a beautiful blend of silk and cotton. They have the sheen of the silk, the lightness and the breathability of cotton, and they come with very beautiful zari detailing. Look at this. And these are actually finished with the same tassels as your Kanjivaram silks. As always, this batch just came in, so the tassels are not done, but they will be done with your long, beautiful handmade silk tassels. So here is a very beautiful sari. It's also got these parrot motifs on the body, zari checks, and look at the Meenakari parrot detailing, all done by hand. So here is the very first sari. The link is posted on Facebook. You click on the link, it will show you the details, the currency, the price in your currency, and more photos. If you still have questions, our team is happy to get back to you. So here is the very first sari. To everyone on Instagram. Now, Instagram does not allow links. So what we do is we post the code of the sari. You take the code, post it on the Shobitam website, and you'll get all the details. So here is the very first sari of today's trunk show. The next one is, oh my goodness, it's your Zari check sari. And look at this very, very beautiful border. These are inspired by your Kanjivaram pure silk saris. It's a silk cotton sari and very stunning combination. Your classic ivory and purple with your really big border. Look at this. And look at how classy it looks. And the Zari detailing really stands out. And here is the next sari. Super proud of the collection that's today. Another sari, which is your Paichini sari, the same design that I showed you before, the same look, but this is a very different color. That was a dark one. This is a peach and pink dual tone, your gajri color, your dual tone gajri color. And look at the Paichini border, beautiful Meenakari parrots and the zari checks. So here is the next sari. This one comes with a purple contrast, and this is how this beautiful sari drapes like. Look at this. And the color of the blouse piece is the same color as the pallu, so a purple blouse piece. So here is your next very, very pretty Kanchi handloom silk cotton sari. Another one in our classic series, this one with an ivory. This is like your sandalwood color, actually your sandalwood color, and it's got self checks in thread, tissue border on the top, and a beautiful Mail Chakram, your peacock mandala motifs in the bottom, and very charming sari again. And this is how this very pretty sari drapes like. So here is your next sari. We have so many today, which is why I'm moving a little fast. This gorgeous one is a very, very vibrant chartreuse, and it's got, this is a Vaira Usi, which means your needle-like zari pinstripes. Take a close look at this. Very, very charming sari with the black contrast to add that pop of color. It's got the temple motifs in the bottom. Peacocks here. Look at this. Very, very beautiful peacocks. And here is how this stunning sari drapes like. So here is your green with your black combination. So here is your next sari. Now, for those of you who love light colors, here is a light color sari. This is like your dusty sage green, very, very soft, muted color with a tan color contrast. Now, if you're not familiar with handlooms and you're wondering, why this looks so, not straight, this is because the yarn, the entire yarn, this is called the warp, is dyed before the sari is woven. So it's not possible that every yarn that is running across the body of the sari is actually dyed in the exact same place. And these are all hallmarks of a pure handloom sari. And look at this very beautiful sari in a muted sage green with a tan combination. So here is your next sari. Like I said, these saris will be finished. All Shobitam saris are finished, ready to wear with fall and pico done. Silk saris and silk cottons come with beautiful tassels. And then if you like blouse stitching, we are happy to do blouse stitching for you. We can even get the saris pre-stitched for those of you who are not familiar with wearing saris. So check out those options. They're all there as add-ons with every sari on the website. Now check this out. This is also a Paitani inspired design. This one is like a single munia with meenakari detailing. Take a look. And it's got these meenakari buttas and zari checks on the body. So here is the sari, and this is how this very charming sari drapes like. For those of you who like smaller borders, here is your next sari. The next one is a very grand one. It's a classic. We have many classics today in the Kanchi silk cotton collection. So this one is your off-white, red, gold, a combination that you cannot go wrong with. So look at this. It's got deer motifs, peacock motifs, and lot of detailing. The top side is a bold band of red and gold. And this is how this very pretty sari drapes like. I'm just going to show you what one layer looks like so you get a feel of it. Here, this is how a single layer looks like. So here is your next sari. All right. This one is your podi kattam, your very, very, very minute zari checks. Podi means powder. So every zari checks, the zari checks that you see are like powder, that thin. And this is like an ink blue purple color with a lime green contrast. Look at this, 2 bands of zari on the top, 3 in the bottom, and then you have these buttas as well. So here is your next sari, and this is how this very, very pretty sari drapes like. And with that, we are done with the Kanchi silk cotton collection, but we have many, many more that just got dropped today for the trunk show. So there's no way I can show the full collection. We have more than 150 products that go live on any trunk show. So it's absolutely not possible to showcase that many. But our entire collection of all the products that just came fresh off the loom for this trunk show are on this very special page called shobitam.com/live. Now we're going to move on to our Kanjivarams. And oh my God, what a pretty, pretty batch it is. Look at this. The very first one is like a deep sandalwood, kind of like a beige. And then you have these multicolor bands here, like a maroon, a deep gold, bottle green, and then they alternate. And you also have zari between these two different colors, and it comes with this blouse piece, very classy combination. And then let's take a look at the pallu. Very charming pallu. Look at this, very colorful pallu with these same colors. And then this is the sari. This is how the sari looks like. Yeah, take a close look. Okay, the next one is also a beautiful multicolor sari. Look at this. Look at the play of colors from your deep blue, mustards, lighter blue, emerald green, and so many other beautiful colors, all culminating towards this beautiful navy blue border with this peacock motif. Look at this here. Very, very beautiful sari. And then it also has these raindrop motifs. These are called raindrop motifs, or your jasmine bud motifs. And the sari is really stand out and very, very colorful. So here is your next sari. And this is the blouse piece, equally colorful. Okay, another very interesting sari. Like I said, these are all fresh new designs we've not showcased before. Take a look at this. Very charming color combination, a peacock green in the center with zari stripes, and then a lavender gray dual tone wide border on both sides with no zari. So, or very little zari. It's, quite the opposite for a very distinct look. So these are your zari stripes, and then this is your border. And this is how this beautiful sari drapes like. Take a look at the pallu. It's very understated, and the body, the contrast and the design does the talking. So here is your next sari. Oh my god, look at this. They're all very, very stunning saris, not to be missed. And here is a beautiful purple. It's a purple red dual tone, and zari stripes across the body, and a beautiful Mai Chakram wide border on the top and bottom. And this would look very stunning with a contrasting blouse piece like a burnt orange or an emerald green. Look at this. Here is your next sari, and it's absolutely stand out. Another very colorful sari. Look at this. It's a black with your very colorful border, very wide border, and it's got large buttas like your polka dots. It's a one side border because the border really does the talking. And look at this. Very standout sari. And this is how this very, very pretty, very colorful sari looks like. So it's all about colors, it's about joy. And here is your next sari. Similar concept, different color palette. Take a look at this. This is your off-white. It's actually very interesting because it's got Meena work in so many different colors, from your blue to your green to your light green, and so many different shades. And look at this border. Look at this very pretty border. It's got light silver work, very muted silver work. And let's take a look at this sari. And here is the light turquoise pallu with the silver zari work. And then here is your sari. Very unique, very standout. So a very warm welcome to everyone who's joining in. The special code for today's trunk show is PEARL, PEARL. When you use the code PEARL, there's a special discount that you can avail on your purchase. Okay, next one. This is your Mubagam, or your three-part sari. This is orange, this is purple, and this is a deep green dual tone. Very little zari, and they come with beautiful dual tones. Look at this. So three different colors, and each color has its own charm. So here is your next sari. It's your classic Mubbagam sari, and this is the pallu. This is the pallu. Okay, this is a super stunning sari. It's a pure zari sari, which is why it's priced higher. And look at this. It's a borderless and comes with a deep blue contrast and a very stunning Rani pink sari here. Look at this. With your patola design here. And it's a deep blue, the deeper shade of blue with no black mix. There's absolutely no black mix. Take a look here. So you can always tell if there is a black dual tone when you look at the yarn here. So there's no black in this. And it's a lovely design, a lovely color. and a very stunning combination. So here is your next Kanjivaram in pure zari handloom sari in a very beautiful patola design. Okay, so five more Kanjivarams. Here is the next one. It's a black for those of us who love black. And look at this. It is so stunning. Look at the zari borders. It's your antique gold, and it's got the Vanasingaram border, the beauty of the jungle. Look at the different birds and animals. And then very statement sari. Take a look at this. So here is your next sari. Large buttas, black and gold. Very bold, beautiful combination. And here is the blouse piece. Here is the blouse piece. So this is how this very standout sari drapes like. Okay. So another black combination sari. Here, I love this sari. It's a stunning checks, and it's your reticate border. There's absolutely no zari. So all the detailing that you see on this is with thread, silk threads. And this sari, this very charming sari drapes like this. A very beautiful reticate sari with your black checks. And here is the blouse piece. Every sari that I'm showcasing today in our Kanchi silk cotton and Kanchi pure silk is a new design sari. So very, very standout saris. All right. So for those of you who love muted tones, here is a like a dusky beige, and look at the temple motifs. Uh, Now the temple motifs are actually woven in zari, colored zari. Very light, very muted. Both sides are exactly the same. It comes with this beautiful coral pink pallu, and here is the sari with your temple motif border. So here, take a close look. So this is your sari. All right. Now this is our soft silk sari, and I particularly wanted to show this because this fresh design looks stunning. I personally have one of these in a deep ink purple, and we have so many of these colors. This is soft silk, so it's lighter than your regular Kanjivaram. And here is an eggplant color sari with your beautiful mandala, large mandalas, and a standout one. So here is your next sari. This looks very gorgeous, and it looks even more gorgeous with a contrasting blouse piece. Take a close look. So here is your next sari. Two more Kanjivarams. The next is your classic checks with your biscuit border. This is your biscuit border. Look at this. It resembles the underside of your glucose biscuit, which is why it's called a biscuit border, woven very generously. It's your bright maroon and green selvage, and it's a very, very classic combination. It's been there for decades. So here is your next sari. Even my grandma would have had one of these, but they never go out of style. So here is your next sari. All right, one last one today in your Kanjivarams. We have many, many more that have been dropped. Look at this stunning sari. It's your Kanjivaram mulberry silk with a tussar weave. Look at this. So this is your tussar weave pallu, and it comes with a very contemporary pattern here. And it's very easy to drape. So there are large squares, there are smaller ones. So there's a lot of geometry. There are like self stripes here. So here is your next sari. Very standout. All right. So with that, we close our Kanjivarams. We're going to move on to a very fresh batch of Banarsis. Again, all new designs. All right. So here are the very pretty Banarsis that I was talking about. We have so many Banarsis on the website, almost 1,000 of them. Let's start with this very beautiful Ektara weave sari. Look at this. So we showed you geometric designs in our Kanchi silks. Here is a geometric design in our Banarsi because geometric designs are trending. And here is a lovely slate gray color. And look at the beautiful colors, the squares in gold, silver, blue, and pink. Now, all of these are actually zari, so it's not resham. Even the colored squares that you see, the geometric designs that you see, they're all in zari. And it comes with this muted antique zari border. Here is a pallu and a very novel design in your Banarsi handloom Iktara weave. So here is your next sari. The link is being posted. Next one is a vibrant Rani pink with a lovely skirt border, a meenakari skirt border. This is your one side border design. And here is how the sari drapes. It's got bootas, long bootas, and then the bottom is a skirt border, which is like a really long border. And look at the lovely meenakari designs here. And this again would look very charming with a contrasting blouse piece. So here is your next sari. And let's see what the pallu looks like. This is your pallu. Here, it's got a tissue pallu. The next sari is very charming. It's oh, I love this sari. It's a bottle green body with a pista green contrast. So quite the opposite of what typical saris look like. And look at the meenakari bootas on it. Here, take a close look. And look at this sari. Again, a skirt border. Like I said, this is your pista green color. And look at the charming pallu. This is the blouse piece. The sari just came in, which is why it's not ready yet, but it will be before it's shipped out. So here is your next very unique sari. A purple, because purple is probably the most loved color in Banarsis. I also love purple. Look at this Kadua weave sari. Every motif is woven individually. It's your Kadua weave. Look at this Jangla design, your Meenakari Jangla design on three sides, the bottom and the side, actually two sides. And then look at the very classy pallu with zari work. It's got a striped blouse piece with a zari border, and this very charming sari drapes like this. Here is your next sari. Another purple. This particular sari is a powerloom sari. Everything else that I showed you was a handloom, and that's why the price of this is lower than the other saris. It's your Persian arches design. This is your top side border. Look at this. And very standout design, very standout design. And here is the pallu, a meenakari pallu in a lovely, lovely deep purple color. All right. And then this is just a small glimpse of a Banarsis. We have so many more on the website and so many others that just got dropped today. You love our ajraks. You love our plain ajraks. You love our ajraks with tiki work. You love our ajraks with your heavy sequins and kardana work. I just wanted to show you a design that's very trending. So many of you have loved it. So here is a sari, your modal silk sari. This is all ajrak hand block printed with your black and white stripes. And these are vertical stripes. And it comes with this very charming pallu. So it's got these nice circles in the pallu, and this is how the sari drapes. So very standout design, very novel, and it's an ajrak modal silk completely handmade sari. And again, this is just a small glimpse. We have so many more on the website. You love our modal silks. That was a modal silk sari. You also love our modal silks that are absolutely plain, and all they have is your lagra tissue gold zari border. And I'm going to show you those. Look at the lovely colors that have just come in, from your Rani to a red to a Rama green, aubergine, navy, and others. This is like a small sample. I'm going to show you one. Let's show you the blood red color. So this is the blood red color, and There's just nothing. It's just the plain uh, modal silk fabric, and it just has this band of your lagra patta, your crushed tissue pallu, and that's it. So very simple yet stand out. Look at the fabric. It's so flowy. And here is the sari. Now, if you want any work done on it, you want hand painting done on it, you want kalamkari appliques on it, we can absolutely do that. So here is the sari. This is how this modal silk fabric drapes like, and then we have so many more on the website. So I just showed you one small sample. The others are on the special page called shobitam.com/live. That's where all the trunk show collection with all the products that got released today got dropped. All right, so we're going to move on to our collection of the mull cottons. So spring is not too far away. Spring and summer are not too far away. So here is a fresh collection of your mull cottons. And these are not just regular mull cottons. These are mull cottons with your long, playful tassels, for that perfect finish that dance with every step of yours. So I'm just going to show you one. Let me show you the Rani pink one. Look at this. And believe it or not, this edge is actually hand painted. So all the selvage that you see is actually hand painted, and it's very light, very breathable. And here is your sari, perfect for spring and summer. And look at these handmade, very, very playful, dense tassels that literally dance with every step of yours. So here is your next sari. So these would go just fine with any color blouse piece. It doesn't have to be matching at all. So here is your next sari, and then we have a whole bunch of colors in this. Another fresh batch of your pen kalamkari dupattas just got dropped, and I'm going to show you two. We have many more. We also have very new designs in our pen kalamkari saris. These dupattas are effortlessly elegant. They just add so much grace instantly. This is your Chenuri silk with your Mangalagiri borders, and this one is your maroon all over work, pen kalamkari, and here is the border. So it comes with these tassels, and this is how this beautiful dupatta can be styled. Of course, it's a very versatile piece, so there are so many ways that you can actually style it with your Indian and your Western clothes. So I'm just going to show you one more. Here is a pink, and then it's got these human figures on one side. So here is a very, very beautiful sari, and look at this typical village scene, somebody plucking flowers. There's like a procession here. Look at this. Isn't this interesting? So here is your next dupatta. All right, so the final collection that I'm showcasing in today's trunk show saris is this linen tissue sari. So these are linen tissue saris. These are handloom. These are handloom saris. And I'll just show you how one of them drapes. Let's do this ivory. And it's a tissue warp against a linen weft. And again, very effortless and elegant. They have like a subtle shine. It's not too loud. Look at this fabric. This is your linen. And it's got that very soft shimmer to it. Can you see it? Very, very soft shimmer. It's not too loud. It's very elegant. And this is like perfect for any, it's very versatile, perfect for any season. And here is your next sari. We have them in a few shades. So you cannot go wrong with these. So here is your next sari. Now, Valentine's is around the corner. And then if you're thinking of gifting something for your family, your friends, your loved ones in India, we have the perfect solution for you. Look at these. Uh, these also work very well as wedding favors, and these are handmade candles. Can you believe it? These are handmade candles. And look at this particular one. So this is your carnation. Look at the shading on it. Look at the roses. I'm just going to show you one. Look at this rose. And the way you actually light it is you just take this out of the stick and then you can light it. So, it's always there. It's like, that glow of love remains with the person that you give this to. So they make perfect Valentine's Day gifts. They make perfect wedding favors. Look at this carnation. And, the details are on the website, and they're completely handmade. And they're very affordable too. So you'll find them at best prices guaranteed. And then if you want, if you have a wedding and then you want to do something very custom, let's say you want a small urli with the name of the bride and groom, we can make very, very custom handmade gifts too, candle gifts. And then I wanted to show you this. Look at this, tiger lilies. These can be gifted to anywhere in India. Look at this. And again, they're very, very, very affordable, completely handmade. I'm just showing you like a few pieces here. We have many, many more. Look at this gajra. Look at this gajra. This is your crochet. And, these make perfect gifts. Uh, our artisans get very creative. Look at this gajra again. There's a little clip. So it goes perfectly. And then look at this clip, hair clip. And then here's something interesting. Look at these pins here. Aren't they very charming? Look at this. So we can get very, very creative if you want something very custom. Look at this claw clip. Look at this little one here. So we can get very creative. And, if you're looking for favors, wedding favors, whatever, we can absolutely make them happen for you. So on that note, it's me, Aparna, signing off. Um, and we had like a very fine collection of pearls and saris that were showcased today. If you caught up late, you can always go back to the show, watch it again. And every sari, every product that was showcased was absolutely new design, something that we've not showcased to you before. So please do check out the collection. The collection can also be found on the special page called shobitam.com/live. The coupon code that you can use for today is PEARL, PEARL, to get a special discount. And then last but not the least, all orders within the US are delivered tariff free. So what you pay upfront on the Shobitam website is all that you pay. There's no hidden fees, no surprises. So on that note, it's me, Aparna, signing off, and I hope to catch you all next time. Thank you.